What's good, guys? It's your boy, Smoke Man Joe, and I'm back at it with the NFL Week 17 picks against the spread video. And if you're new to the channel, guys, please stop stealing. Hit the like button, share this video, tell a friend and tell a friend about your boy, Smoking Joe. Y'all know how we rocking and rolling, guys. Before we get into everything, man, I would like to wish each and every one of you guys a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed time on Christmas Day with your families. Hope you guys travel safe for those who may be traveling this Christmas. And hey, man, let's keep it going, man. Let's get some of this Christmas money back, man. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't spend too much money on Christmas. I got to get some of this shit back, guys. And it starts for me on Christmas Day, guys. So with that, hey, week 16 was pretty good to us. We still on a nice little tail right now, on the early games or whatever. But I'm kind of disappointed in myself on that Houston game, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Houston really let us down last week. But outside of Houston and Seattle, everything else we had was pretty much money, guys. We was on Dallas plus the 4. They won the game outright. We was on the Dolphins. Our Dolphins was the best bet of the week last week. We was on the Bengals that game had went all the way up to -9.5. We cashed the best bet with the Bengals, and we also bet Washington on a live bet when they was plus 265, guys. So that's why it's very important for you guys to grab that membership badge, because you just never know when I'm gonna throw out some plays like that, man. The live bet value was big for us this past Sunday, guys. And another thing I've been noticing doing sports betting this year alone, it's a lot of value, guys, in betting the second half spreads. What I mean by that, if a team goes down, like for instance, I gave out who we had yesterday in college. It wasn't Fresno State. We had Northern Illinois yesterday, guys, and they was down by 10, I believe, or 13 at the half. And the second half spread had Fresno State getting like 4 points, and these boys up like 13 or 10 at the half. So you just know right off the bat that doesn't make any sense, guys. So later 4 on the second half with Northern Illinois, cash that. The live bet was money. I didn't do the live bet, guys, because I just felt like at the time I thought about making a live bet with that game. I just thought I was screwed on my bet. But for those who had that game with us yesterday, well, on Monday, y'all know we had to sweat out that Northern Illinois game, and I've never had to sweat a game out the way we sweat that one out yesterday, guys. But nevertheless, we got the cash there. But I just want to say all that to say this, guys. Sometimes just stay out the side. Just stay out the side, and you might find a great live bet in the second half, guys. So pay attention to those second half live bets, guys. But enough chitter chat about all that. Let's get into the meat and bone of this channel, and let's get into the Week 17 picks against the spread. Again, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and safe travel. If you're listening to me while you're traveling, I want you guys to drive safe, man. But let's go ahead and get into it. We got the Wednesday game. We got the Kansas City Refs. Yep, they still the Refs, no doubt about it. Traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Line open up Pittsburgh plus 2.5. It's up to 3 right now. Here's the thing with this game, guys. If Kansas City wins this game, then they pretty much sums up the number 1 seed in the AFC, guys. But if the Steelers win this game, then that's going to set up a must-win game for them the week after against Cincinnati for the division. And then that will put Buffalo as the number 1 seed. I'm attacking this week like Buffalo is going to be the number 1 seed, guys, in the AFC. So with that, I like Pittsburgh on the money line this week. But personally, what I'm betting is Pittsburgh plus 3.5. It's at 3 right now. I'm going to buy 0.5 point, and that's the way I'm rocking out with Pittsburgh in this game. I get it. Kansas City, laying a field goal or less. They tend to get it done in these type spots. They did it last week against Houston. But here's the thing. Pittsburgh has lost back-to-back games on the road as dogs, not at home. And they're a home dog, where the Steelers are 6-1 straight up, 5-2 against the spread. Past 7 games at home against Kansas City. I'm going to say that again. The Steelers are 6-1 straight up and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games at home against the Chiefs. They're 5-1 straight up, last 6 as home dogs, and they're 6-1 against the spread as well as home dogs this year. So that's the only way I can look in this game, guys. Is Pittsburgh. I understand Kansas City, they're looking pretty good right now. But let's be honest, man. I feel like CJ Stroud really handed the Chiefs that game last week. It was a lot of plays that he left on the field last week in that game, man. I really felt like Houston should have been the right side last week, but there's neither here or there. We're not here to moan and pout about it. It is what it is. But here in this spot, I just like Pittsburgh here to get a bounce back win, guys. I think if they're going to win the AFC North, guys, they need this win here. And I think somehow, some way they pull it off. But at the most, they will cover this 3.5-point spread, guys. So if you're like me and you just want to take the points in this spot, please be sure to buy it up to 3.5 because the Chiefs win this game, guys. It's not going to be by more than field goal. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Houston to play the Texans. Right now, Houston is a 5.5-point home dog. And I feel like this is typically the spot where you want to bet Houston as a home dog. But after what I seen last week, there's no way I can touch this game, guys, for a side perspective. But far as the total of over under sits at 46.5, I like the over here, guys. I like the over here a lot. The over is 9-2 in the Ravens' last 11 games and 8-1 in their last 9 on the road, guys. So I think this game goes over the total. I don't see how both teams don't get into the high 20s in this game, guys. Baltimore might even put up 30. Baltimore did win last year on Christmas Day. Chiefs lost last year on Christmas Day, guys. So there's something to keep in mind. But yeah, playoff revenge, man. Y'all know these my type of spots here. Playoff revenge. And you're gonna give me 6 points at home with Houston. I think I might have to get to the window on it, guys. Nothing official for me right now in this game, but like I say, I'm playing this week as if Buffalo is going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. And if that happens, then the Chiefs got to go down one of these last 2 games, which I think they will. And I believe Pittsburgh is going to win the AFC North. So if Pittsburgh is going to win the AFC North, they got to win out. Whether if Baltimore win out or not, Pittsburgh has to win out to get the number 1 seed. If they finish with the same record as the Ravens, then they will be the number 1 seed in the AFC North, where they'll just win the AFC North. So, but for this game, man, yeah, I like Houston to cover, but I think ultimately when it's all said and done, the Ravens get the job done. I don't think Houston will be able to beat the Ravens on Christmas Day, but they should be able to cover this 6-point spread, guys. I'm getting a home team, good, decent home team, plus the points. I know they're dealing with injuries or whatever, but I'm still not all the way sold on this Baltimore defense, guys. I think CJ Stroud should be able to cook up enough to be able to get us at least 21 to 24 points in this game. And with that, if they get us 21 to 24 points, I don't see how they don't cover this 5.5-point spread, guys. And I like the over. I love the over in this game, 46.5. I think we should take the over, guys. On to Thursday night football. We got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. Right now, Chicago is a 3.5-point home dog. Over under sits at 43.5. I lean towards the over here in this matchup, but I like Chicago to win and cover this game, guys. I believe Seattle is straight up done. We was on Seattle last week. That was one of our best bets of the week last week. Seattle, how do you go up, take the lead late in the game, and 30 seconds later you give up a touchdown? And when you do get the ball back, Geno does what Geno does, and that's throw picks. You can count on Geno Smith every game to give you a pick. Number 1 prop bet for this Thursday night game, Geno Smith over whatever interceptions. He's going to give you one. But the Seahawks are 6-8-1 against the spread this year. The Bears are 7-7-1 against the spread, but they are 8-2-1 in their last 11 games at home. Seahawks have lost 5 straight games on Thursday. 7-1 straight up, last 8 on the road. 15-5 straight up in their last 20 as road favorites. And the over in this game is 9-2 in the last 11 meetings, guys. But Chicago Bears, I'm getting them as home dogs, even though they was home dogs last week. I leaned towards their way, but I couldn't bet it simply because the Lions are 9-0, well now 10-0 against the spread after a loss. But it's no way in the hell I can lay points here with Geno Smith, guys. It's just my rational thinking on it. I can't do it, won't do it. So yeah, I think the Bears come to play here. Final home game of the year, I believe, and last Thursday night game. I think Chicago is going to be up for this game. Seattle was done, guys. No matter what Seattle was done, they got the Rams last game of the season in LA. Their season had to be saved against Minnesota. They didn't get it done there. They got routed against Green Bay the week before, so they just pretty much gave this division to the Rams. And you expecting me to trust this team on a short week on the road, laying points? No way I can get there. Give me Chicago to win and cover this game. Next up, and we got NFL Saturday. Man, we got a big slate this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. A lot of bowl games throughout the week. So if you guys haven't grabbed that membership badge, look, this is now the perfect time to grab that badge, guys, because we're going to have plays pretty much the rest of the week, guys. So jump on board if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Stop stealing, guys, and hit that like button. That's all Smoky Joe asks you guys to do for me for Christmas is hit the like button. All right, we got the LA Chargers traveling to New England to play the Patriots. New England 4-point home dog here. Couple different ways you can look at this game. For me, the Chargers, if they win, they're in. That's going to make Denver game that much more important, you know, if the Chargers win. But, man, the Patriots are 7-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 8 games when playing the Chargers. So, you know, they tell me they own this Chargers team, guys. I get it, man. Different team, different players, different coaches. I told you guys last week, Dallas was 12-2 straight up against Tampa Bay. What happened? Dallas is now 13-2 against Tampa Bay. And I think the same thing happened here, guys. The NFL, in my opinion, they want the last 2 wild card spots to come down to week 18. In order for that to happen, the Chargers and the Broncos both have to lose, guys. Any one of those teams win, they're in. I don't think it's going to happen this week, guys. Now, if the Chargers do win this week, and the Chargers do win this week, then that pretty much ends it for Miami and the Indianapolis Colts. So keep that in mind, guys. If the Chargers wins this week, if the Chargers and the Broncos win this week, it's over with for the Colts, it's over with for the Bengals, and it's over with for the Dolphins. So y'all need to keep that in mind this week when y'all betting these games. But over under sits at 42.5 here. I lean under here. The total has gone under in 7 of the Chargers' last 8 on the road. So, you know, I don't think New England is going to really be putting up points here, and I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to put up a lot of points either. I get it. They got 10 days to prepare. Well, 9 days since this game is on Saturday, but I like what I seen out of New England last week against Buffalo. You know, I hate that they covered that spread because we're losing a little bit of value on them here in this spot, but I just think the Chargers on the road laying points here. I'm not sold on it, guys. I'm really not. Yeah, we was on the Chargers last week. It was a perfect spot, perfect time to fade the Broncos. But here, on the road laying points, I got to roll with New England here to get the outright win, guys. I know I'm probably going to be on the island alone here. Some might call me a Charger hater or whatever the case may be, but the Patriots are playing good ball right now, guys. They played Buffalo real tight last week, and I think it continues here. And I think they shock a lot of people and strike the upset this Saturday, guys, and keep this thing rolling for one more week. And the fact that the Patriots are 7-1 straight up and against the spread last 8 when playing the Chargers, I got no way to go but to the New England Patriots here, plus the 4 and a sprinkle on the money line, first game on Saturday. Next up, and we got the Denver Broncos traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Over under sits at 49. I lean towards the over here. Broncos 4-1 against the spread last 5 in Cincinnati. Total has gone over and 5 of Cincy's last 6 games at home. Yeah, this is win or go home for Cincinnati, man. So me personally, it's at 3.5 right now. I would just personally take Cincinnati on the money line, guys, because I can see a scenario where they just win this game by a field goal. So I can only look towards Cincinnati money line for the best bet here in this game for those reasons. Moving right along to the final game on Saturday, we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to LA to play the Rams. Arizona right now is a 6-point dog. Give me LA Rams here to win and cover this game. Revenge spot, as the Cardinals already boat raced the Rams once this year, so this is the perfect revenge spot of the season here for the Rams. The Rams also 5-1 against the spread last 6 games. Arizona 2-5-1, 2-5-1 against the spread last 8 when on the road versus the Rams. The Cardinals are 6-3 on the year, but last 9 against the spread. But the fact that this is a revenge game, the Rams playing with house money right now, they know what's at stake here. Give me the Rams to bounce back against Arizona and win and cover. Next up, and we got the Dallas Cowboys on NFL Sunday. First game on the docket for Sunday, traveling to Philly to play the Eagles. Over under sits at 43 right now. No matter who plays in this game, whether it's Jalen Hurts or whoever, give me Dallas plus the points here. Really, Philly knows, as long as Detroit take care of business on Monday night, and Philly pretty much really don't have nothing to play for. I mean, it is a scenario where Washington could possibly still win their division, but a lot of things have to happen for that. But I like Dallas here, man. I liked everything I've seen out of Dallas the last 2 weeks. We've been on Dallas the last 2 weeks, and it won't shock me if Dallas go in here and strike the upset, guys. Point spread right now on my end says Dallas +9, but if Jalen Hurts don't play, I'm sure this line is going to come down, guys. But I like Dallas here in this spot, man. I think Dallas going here and strike the upset, guys. I really do. No matter who's quarterback. And I just got that feeling that Dallas is playing good ball, and I just got that feeling that these boys want to just finish the season out on a high note and finish with a winning record. And I think they may beat either Philly or Washington. They probably going to get one of these games, guys, if not both of them, because it is a scenario where if Philly loses out, Washington wins out. I believe Washington win NFC East. So y'all got to keep that in mind. But Philly's not getting the number 1 seed. And the fact that Jalen Hurts got hurt last week, I think they're trying to screw them boys over, man. That's just my way of looking at it and thinking about it. But either way it goes, no matter who's on the field, I like Dallas in this spot, guys. Next up, and we got my Las Vegas Raiders. We got that big Raider dub last week, even though I hate that we got that big Raider dub. But we traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. Hey, man, I get it. Mark Davis say he only focusing on winning out. I understand that, guys, but it's no way in the hell, guys, I can back this team to win. It's just no way I can. Especially against the Saints team that just got boat race shut out in Green Bay. It's no way I can look to take the Raiders here plus the points. This could be a Vegas trap. The Saints are 8-3 against the spread, last 11 games against the Raiders. So this is a bounce back spot for them in front of their home crowd. Yeah, I can only look to the Saints here, but not a game I'm ultimately in love with. Y'all know, like I told y'all last week, I could not even bet the Raiders getting 15 points right now, guys, because you just never know with this team. Hate the fact that we got the win. I want us to lose out, guys. I really do want us to lose out so we can get a real high draft pick, maybe number 1, number 2. But right now it's the 6. We're at number 6, so I feel like we lose this game. Saints have to respond, man. They have to respond in front of their home crowd somehow, some way. I like the Saints here, guys. Not too much on it, though. Next up, and we got the New York Jets traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. Jets are a 9.5-point dog right now. If the Chiefs beat the Steelers, then the Bills really won't be playing for nothing the rest of the way. Excuse me. You're gonna already know that Kansas City's number 1 seed, so that means Buffalo is basically done from winning the number 1 seed, guys. So keep an eye out on that. Either way it goes, I like the Jets plus the points, but if the Chiefs do beat Pittsburgh this week, I might take the Jets on the money line at that point because Buffalo really won't have nothing to play for, guys, and the Jets probably want to finish the season strong. I would hope they do. And if you're gonna give me 9-10 points with them against a team that's not playing for nothing, if the Chiefs win, I can only look Jets in this game for those reasons, guys. Next up, and we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Carolina's an 8.5-point road dog here. And I like Tampa Bay to win and cover this game, guys. Carolina has covered 6 straight as underdogs, and I think that ends this Sunday against a Tampa Bay team that should be pissed off for getting checkmate by the Cowboys last Sunday night. Tampa Bay 8-1 straight up, last 9 against Carolina, so they own this team, guys. And the fact that Carolina is getting 8.5 in this spot, they're begging you to take them here, guys. And they've covered 6 straight. It's too easy to take Carolina here in this spot. I think Tampa Bay boat rate these boys from start to finish. You might want to look at first half bet on the Buccaneers as well, guys, because I think they smoked these boys by double digits, man. Give me Tampa Bay to win and cover. Next up, and we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to New York to play the Giants. Right now, the Giants are 8-point home dog. Over under sits at 40.5. I lean towards the over in this matchup. And it depends on what happens, guys. It really depends on what happens with Denver and the Chargers on Saturday for this game and the Miami and Cleveland game. Because as of right now, both of those teams in Cleveland and Indianapolis have a lot to play for and still have a chance to make the playoffs. But like I said, the Chargers win, Broncos win, it's all over with for the Colts and Dolphins at that point. So you got to know how to attack both of those games. But for right now, the way it sits, I would still have to look to the Giants plus the 8 points. No way in hell I can lay points with this Colts team on the road. It's just no way. It's just no way I can lay over a touchdown with Richardson. I can't do it. The total has gone over in 6 of the Colts' last 7 against the Giants. Colts 4-1 straight up last 5 against the Giants. So yeah, I lean towards the over 40.5. I do think it'll be both teams could get me at least 20 points. The Giants should be able to put up at least 14 to 20 points here against this Colts defense, in my opinion, if we can get Drew Lock at quarterback. We don't got Drew Lock quarterbacking, then just forget about betting the total. Because we need Drew Lock here in this game. One thing about Drew Lock, he's gonna move the ball. He's gonna turn it over, but he's gonna make plays as well, guys. So, but right now, there's no way I can look to lay a touchdown with this Colts team. I just can't do it, guys. But I do like the over 40.5 here in this game. Next up, and we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Say it with me, guys, a.k.a. Big Jags. Big Jags minus 1.5. Jags 4-1 straight up last 5 against Tennessee. I like the Jaguars to bounce back here in a big way. This Tennessee team is done. They're frauds. I remember first of the season stating that these boys were frauds and wasn't going to be good this year. And I had so many Tennessee fans getting on my back, but I haven't heard from none of them since then. But the fact that the Jags own these boys, man, is they only laying 1.5. I like the Jags here to get the job done. Not a game I'm betting, and you guys shouldn't either. Moving right along, and we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. Right now, the Browns are a 6.5-point home dog. And again, this goes to what I've already stated twice. It all depends on what happens in the early games with the Chargers and Broncos, how Miami probably going to attack this game. But the fact that they're on the road, laying 6.5 points, I get it. They have a good record against teams that don't have a good record, but this is too in the cold weather. I'm sure it's going to be cold in Cleveland. The Browns are 4-1 against the spread in its last 5 and 4-1 straight up last 5 at home against Miami. They 4-1 straight up in their last 5 at home against Miami. So what they tell you, Miami probably coming there when it's cold and they can't win. I'm not going to say Cleveland going to win this game, but if you give me 6.5, 7 points with them, I like them here in the spot plus the points. Now, if we know by the time this game rolls around, if Miami has been eliminated from the playoffs, by all means, take the Browns outright, guys. Take the Browns outright to win this game. And that's how I feel about the Giants as well. We can take the Giants outright if the Colts are eliminated from the playoffs by the end, guys. And the fact of the matter is, we will know the answers to that Saturday with the Denver and the Chargers game, guys. So take that and listen to it and, do what you can with that, guys. But as of right now, I still like Cleveland plus the points. But the only way I would bet Cleveland to win is if Miami has already been eliminated from playoff contention. Moving right along, and we got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Green Bay, 1.5 point road dog here. And after Monday Night Football, I'm sure everybody's going to be on Green Bay here in this spot, but I got to take Minnesota here, guys. I got to take Minnesota. Vikings 7-1 straight up, last 8 at home. Packers have covered 5 straight games. But the way I see it, guys, the NFL is trying to set up the number 1 seed game. Who's going to win the NFC between Minnesota and Detroit? That's going to be for the NFC North in week 18, guys. And the only way that matchup could be set up is if Minnesota get the job done over Green Bay, and if long as Detroit take care of business over San Francisco on Monday Night Football, guys. So that's really all I got on that. I don't think Green Bay is going to travel well here in this spot. I get it. They on a 5-game tear, but let's face it, who have they beat on this 5-game winning streak that they on right now? They haven't beat nobody, guys, that's worth talking about. So I just think Sam Darnold gets it done one more time and sets up the real big showdown next week with Detroit for the number 1 seed, guys. And it's crazy to think that Detroit or Minnesota, 2 teams that are probably going to finish 15-2. That one of them is going to be a 5 seed, guys. That's crazy. That's crazy. But if Detroit finish a 5 seed, that might be a good thing for them because they're undefeated on the road this year. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for that game, I like Minnesota, guys. I think Minnesota gets it done here. Moving right along to Sunday Night Football, we got the Atlanta Falcons, a 4.5 point dog, traveling to Washington to play the Commandos. Over under sits at 47.5. I like the under here in this spot a lot, guys. This is a tough game. This is a very tough game because if Atlanta wins, Tampa wins, then, Atlanta's still leading the division. But here's the thing. With Tampa losing last week, Tampa already beat Washington in week 1. This will be the perfect team to knock off the Falcons. And that way we can get Tampa Bay winning out, still having that 1 win over Atlanta and being able to win the NFC South. So with that, I got to go Washington to win this game. But as far as the spread go, it's very tough to figure out. Why is that? The Falcons, they're 4-1 against the spread. Last 5 playing on the road against Washington. But Washington is 5-1 against the spread, and they last 6 overall against Atlanta. So this point spread is kind of fishy, guys. I don't know which way to go with it. So that's why I say I really lean towards the under. The total has gone under in 4 of Washington's last 5 games at home against Atlanta. And 6 of Atlanta's last 7 games have went under the total, guys. So 47.5, I think that's a very high total for this game here, guys, in my opinion. And I'm going to go under the total on Sunday Night Football. And I got Washington to win this game, but do I want to lay 4.5 points with them after coming off a huge upset win over Philly? No, I do not, guys. But I like Washington to win, and I lean under 47.5 on Sunday Night Football. Final game of the week, we got Monday Night Football. We got the Detroit Lions traveling to San Francisco to play the Niners. 49ers, 3.5 point home dog. Over under sits at 50.5. The Lions are 5-0 straight up last 5 games on the road. 49ers are 5-0 straight up last 5 at home against Detroit. 12-1 straight up last 13 games overall against Detroit. But the fact that the 49ers have been dealing with all these injuries, they know their season is over. And on top of that, this is the team that beat Detroit in the NFC Championship last year. This is playoff revenge. Give me Detroit here to win this game. Now, laying 3.5 with them on the road in a tough spot like this because they know what they got coming. They know they just got to get in and win this game and get to next week and beat the Vikings for that number 1 seed. Do I want to lay 3.5 points with them? No, I do not. So I would recommend all Lions backers to take Detroit on the money line only in this game. That's my recommendation. Detroit on the money line, guys. You can parlay that with Minnesota just for the reasons I stated. The NFL is going to want both of those teams playing in week 18. I can see this game getting flexed in the prime time. Number 1 seed versus number 5 seed. Winner is the number 1 seed overall in the playoffs. They want that game. And the only way that can happen, Detroit gets the job done. Minnesota gets the job done. That's the only way we can get there, guys. Because if Minnesota loses to Green Bay and Detroit beats San Francisco, Detroit don't have nothing to play for come week 18. And if I know the NFL, this is the WWE 2.0. They're going to set up that week 18 showdown between the Lions and the Vikings for it all. So with that, I appreciate each and every one of you guys taking the time out to listen to this video. This was the Smoker's Joke NFL Week 17 picks against the spread. And if I had to give you guys 2 best bets right now, I just gave them to you. 2-team parlay for the video. Take Detroit on the money line. Parlay that with the Minnesota Vikings. You should get great value on that. And that's my 2-team best bet here in this video, guys. Appreciate the support on the channel. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love from each and every one of you guys. Again, I hope all you guys have a wonderful, blessed, safe Christmas. Hey, the season is almost over, guys, but the playoffs are here. We're not going nowhere. So y'all keep rocking with me. Grab that membership badge if you haven't already. We got a lot of college plays coming up. I got a best bet that I'm about to drop in college football for the Christmas Eve game that's going on tonight. So grab that membership badge so y'all can get on that play in the San Jose State game tonight against South Florida. We got the winner in that game right now posted up, guys. So again, appreciate the support on the channel. Wish you guys stop stealing. Share this video. Hit the like button. Run your boy up, man. Hype this thing, like this thing up, man. But again, I appreciate all y'all guys, man. Have a safe, blessed Christmas and enjoy your time with your families, man. Drive safe on that road. No CBD smoking, no drinking, none of that on the road, guys. Be safe, man. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love y'all. Gone.